Today we're diving into a really interesting psychological quirk, one that shapes pretty much everything you like, from the music you listen to the people you trust. And the crazy part? You probably don't even notice it's happening. This is the mere exposure effect.
So it all starts super simply. You see something new, your brain just clocks it.
Then you see it a second time. Okay, not totally new anymore.
And again, see? A pattern is starting to form here. A little pathway is being built inside your mind.
This is where the first real shift happens. That feeling of strangeness, it starts to fade away, replaced by a sense of recognition. And that familiarity, well, that blossoms into comfort. Your brain doesn't have to work so hard to process it anymore. It's easy.
And here's the magic trick. That comfort, it actually turns into a preference. You start to like it, not because it's any better, but just because you've seen it before.
So yeah, this isn't just some random feeling you get. It's a well-documented psychological thing called the mere exposure effect. Let's really break down what that means.
So here's the key takeaway. The thing itself, whether it's an object or a person, it doesn't have to change one bit. The only thing that changes is how often you're exposed to it. Your brain is essentially taking a shortcut, mistaking that cozy feeling of familiarity for actual quality.
And you see this everywhere once you know what to look for. I mean, you've absolutely experienced this with music. Think about it. A new song comes on the radio. The first time you hear it, it probably doesn't make a huge impression. It's just, another song. But then it pops up on your playlist a few more times. And before you know it, you're humming along. It kind of grows on you, right? The song didn't change. Your brain just got comfortable with its patterns.
And what's really fascinating is this isn't just about things we see on a screen or hear on the radio. It has a huge impact on our social lives, too.
That person you see every single day at the coffee shop, or that coworker you pass in the hall, they start to feel safer, more trustworthy than a total stranger, even if you've never said a single word to them. Your brain just builds this sense of comfort without any new information at all.
And whenever there's a psychological shortcut like this, you can bet advertisers are all over it. Branding is the perfect example. I mean, when you see a logo or a product plastered over and over again, on TV, billboards, your social media feed, it just starts to feel like a reliable, mainstream choice. And this gets right to the heart of it. Instead of actually doing the work, researching if a product is any good, your brain takes the easy way out. It just goes, hey, I recognize this one, so it must be a safe bet.
So why? Why are our brains built like this? Why do we have such a strong pull towards repetition? Well, it all comes down to two things: survival and efficiency.
See, from an evolutionary point of view, familiar things were safe things. If you kept seeing something and, well, it didn't eat you, your brain marked it as safe. The unknown, on the other hand, that requires a lot of energy and attention to figure out if it's a threat. So your brain actually rewards you with a little feel-good chemical hit for sticking with what's predictable. It's a clever mental shortcut to save energy.
But here's the catch. That ancient energy-saving shortcut, it can cause some serious problems in our modern world, where we are just bombarded with messages designed to exploit that exact impulse.
When we let this effect run on autopilot, we end up choosing stuff that's familiar but maybe not that great over something new that might be way better. It reinforces our own little bubbles, making us less open to new ideas. And it makes us way more vulnerable to advertising and propaganda, where just repeating something over and over can create this false sense of truth or quality.
Okay, but the good news is, once you're aware of this bias, you can absolutely fight back. It's all about consciously hitting the pause button and separating that warm, fuzzy feeling of comfort from the actual real value of something. Here are 4 steps you can take. First, when you feel yourself preferring something, just stop and ask, do I like this because it's good or just because it's familiar? Second, make a real effort to compare alternatives instead of just grabbing the default choice. Third, start to notice when a message is being repeated endlessly and recognize it for what it is, a persuasion tactic. And finally, and this is so important, always remember that just because you recognize something, that is not proof that it's good. Always look for actual evidence. This quote just nails it, doesn't it? Our brains are literally programmed to think familiar equals safe. But in the world we live in today, what feels safe isn't always what's best, and it certainly isn't always what's true. So the next time you go to choose a product, listen to a song, or form an opinion about something, just ask yourself this one simple question.
The answer might actually surprise you, and it could lead you to make much smarter, more conscious decisions.